Oh, shit. Fellow fight fans, what up? MMT. And I'm here with some picks, baby, for UFC 272 going down tonight. We got the ultimate grudge match. Best friends turned bitter rivals. Jorge Gamebred Masvidal taking on Colby Chaos Covington to prove who truly did win all of those training sessions. Because this guy says this, that guy says that. We put that all aside tonight and we see who truly is the better of the ex-best friends. Yeah, so I'm just going to keep this as brief as possible. I think that the fact that there's so much emotion behind this, I think the fact that both these guys are so invested emotionally like no other fighters can be, because when you're this involved with a guy, I mean, they lived together, they ate together, they did party together, they did everything together for years, several years. I mean, Colby helped Jorge become the wrestler he is, and Jorge helped Colby become the striker he is. They just wouldn't be who they are without each other. So that's why this is so compelling. This is what fighting's about. Whew. I can't even start to really fathom what's going to happen, but I just know it's going to be epic, and I know that we're going to see something special. These guys are going to leave the octagon different than the way they entered it. They are going to have a lot more blood on them, a lot less blood in them. Yeah, so let's start with Jorge, the better of the two strikers, and I say that slightly tentatively. I think that Colby's the obviously better output fighter, but he's not the technical striker that Jorge is. He doesn't hit as hard. He doesn't throw as fast. He's not as elusive. I mean, I'm not going to say not as elusive, but I'd say he's not as deceptive. Jorge is a very, very cunning fighter. The way that he fights is very clever. He knows how to get the best of a guy's weakness. He can see the hole in the armor and really take advantage of it. So as far as that goes, I mean, he has a great leg up. He knows all of Colby's weaknesses. He's seen all of Colby's weaknesses, but vice versa. Colby has seen all of Jorge's weaknesses. So it's going to be interesting how it plays out, how they take advantage of that stuff. I think that as far as preparation goes, we have to give a slight advantage to Jorge and his camp, because ATT, they trained Colby, so they know Colby. They know Colby's tendencies, so they have a great database to work with to prepare, whereas Cornero and Valverde don't necessarily have as much to work with as far as that goes when they're preparing with Colby. So I have to give the preparation aspect to Jorge and his camp. I just think that this is the type of fight that the better fighter isn't going to... And I say that lovingly, because I love the way Jorge fights, but I think Colby's the more complete mixed martial artist. I think that's kind of safe to say. He has more in a toolbox than Jorge does, but goddamn, Jorge's toolbox, the things that he does have, they're very sharp, very effective tools. What he did to Ben Askren is just like nothing else that's really ever happened in the octagon. I think like nothing else that will ever happen, because it was so fast, it was so precise. We saw the footage of him training and preparing and doing that exact motion, so we knew it was all calculated, and just like the coldness of it. He's like a shark with his eyes, the pupils black, and he's just ready. He just did it, smiling. And I think that's the Jorge Masvidal we're gonna get tonight. I really do. I think he's the type of guy that he doesn't get too emotional. I think him getting knocked out by Usman it has motivated him to become prepared to a whole new degree. So because he's not the type of guy that wants to look silly like that. I mean, not necessarily, I don't want to say look silly, because the man's putting it all out there, but when you get knocked out cold like that, it's not a good look. And I think he's the type of guy that'll let that fire burn. Now, Colby, he is so good. He's so damn determined. That work ethic is what got him here. He wouldn't be this great of a fighter without all them hours he's putting in behind closed doors. That being said, I just don't... He's a point fighter. He works his tail off to get the decision. He could submit you, he could TKO you, but he's not gonna pound you with heavy shots. He's gonna keep chipping away. I just feel like in a grudge match like this, the odds we're getting on Jorge Masvidal, it's just too good. It's too good. And like I said, this is the type of fight that's not gonna make the most logical sense, because when all this animosity is going on behind these two guys and the backstory and the best friends, and it just seems like Colby was the instigator of the fallout. And with that being said, I think that George probably takes it a little more deeply personal. He maybe digs a little deeper, or conversely could affect him, adversely. So I don't want to get too far, I could go on and on about this, but I'm just going to take Jorge Masvidal. They're giving us plus 420 odds, and boy, oh boy, is that juicy. I'm going to sink my teeth into that steak and have fun with it. You don't have to throw huge units on that to really make coin, but goddamn, give me that. Have fun, baby. Let's go, Jorge. Let's get a fight too after this. Fuck it, let's go. Now, as far as RDA, goddamn, this man, legend, savage. Love this guy. What he's done for MMA, epic. The guy is so well-rounded. The guy's so humble. The guy's so determined. He's everything you want. A true real life, like Rocky story. This guy is coming from nothing. He never gives up, and I really, really believe he's going to get one more shot at that gold, because he wants it. He wants that gold. He wants it bad. So that setback he had, unfortunately, Fiziev, for whatever reason, said COVID, for whatever reason, couldn't make the fight. Okay. All right, that's fine. He was going to, RDA even verbally with Islam said he'd fight Islam. I mean, goddamn, what a savage. Islam, after that dominant performance against Bobby Green, it's just like savage. But I think RDA, you could definitely put safe money on that man to get the victory against Renato Moicano. Respect to you, Renato, but you're just not going to get it. Unfortunately, you're just going against a legend. We have a great women fight. We have Marina Rodriguez. So she's taking on Yan Xiaonan out of China. And another really, really high-strung, high-energy. This is going to be a great fight. Fireworks, bangers. These two girls love to stay on the feet. They love to exchange punches. Marina's coming off some great performances, some great wins. Yan, she had a setback against Esparza, but Esparza, she's such a beast. She takes you down, smothers you. She's the Khabib of that women's division. Come on, that's an exaggeration, but she's the closest possible thing. She takes you down, mounts you, and bah, bah, bah. So you can't really fault her. I don't think Marina is going to take her down, and I don't think Yan, the way she moves, that point style, I don't think she's going to walk into too big of a bomb the way Amanda Hebos did. So I'm going to take, at I think pretty good odds last time I checked, plus 1 something. I'm going to take Marina Rodriguez 5 points. All right, let's see. What fight should we talk about next? How about Khabib's cousin? Habib Nurmagomedov's cousin, Umar. Umar is his second fight in the UFC. Monster odds on him, moneyline victory. Don't ever touch shit like that, especially against someone like Brian Keller, who's an absolute beast, absolute OG. That's why I feel like he's going to have a good fight. I'm not going to say he's going to have a victory, but he's going to give Umar a great fight. We're going to see if Umar is actually worth the hype, worth that last name, which I'm sure he is, because all the footage in that first fight, I mean, the guy really passed the test, the eye test, but you got to go against good competition. And Brian Keller, it's great competition. We're going to take Umar. We're going to take him double chance, submission or points. Those are the two. I see him either getting that submission or taking it the distance, getting that point. So one of those two. What do we have next? Kevin Holland. Gotta love Cowboy. What a legend. Cowboy Oliveira. He's a fighter's fighter. The guy's an OG. But Kevin Holland, determined. He had a couple tough losses. It's just him being a kind of bonehead, him really living up to that big mouth nickname. I think he's out here to try to prove that it's not who he is, and he's going to come really determined. So I'm definitely going to take Kevin Holland for this victory against Cowboy Alex Oliveira, and I'm going to take that double chance, KO, TKO, or submission, because Kevin Holland can get submissions, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm not going to rule that out, but I do see him finishing this fight against a legend, an OG of the sport. Then we have battle of the crazy long last names. We have Kennedy Nzechukwu versus Nikolai Negumereanu. What a last name, man. Whew. We're going to take that fight to go over 1.5 rounds. We're not going to pick a victory because they're both guys who are really, really trying to earn, trying to get closer to a number next to their name, trying to really, get closer to becoming a contender. Scrappy. Kennedy took it last 2 weeks, last second. I'm gonna take this fight to go over 7.5 minutes. Give me that over 1.5. I think they're giving the odds about -160 something. So there we go. We'll take that. What else do we have? We got Greg Hardy. I mean, this guy, jaded past. However, it seems he's really tried to rectify his wrongdoings. He's seems to be really, everyone who trains with him says he works hard. Seems to be a guy who's putting in work, and Sergey Spivak isn't someone who's necessarily too fantastic. He's a solid fighter. He had a good solid win over Olenek, but he didn't avoid punches. And Olenik's not the greatest striker. He's an unorthodox striker, but he was putting punches on Spivak, and I just think that Greg Hardy is going to be able to put punches on him that really, really do damage, especially in the position Hardy's in. How many more main cards can you put him on while he's losing? Like, you got to string some wins together, Hardy, and I think this is where it really gets cooking against Sergey Spivak, giving us good underdog odds with Greg Hardy knockout. Plus 270. Give me that. I think that's worth it. Because Spivak, sorry, buddy. Just don't think you're earning that -220 money line that you're getting. All right, and the one fight that I'm having a hard time with, Bryce Mitchell taking on Edson Barboza. I love Bryce Mitchell so much. He's finally getting the camo shorts. How can you bet against him wearing the camo shorts? I'm going to have fun, throw money on him. But I will say Edson's style is the type of style that I could see putting Bryce in a bad situation. Maybe some unorthodox kick or a flying knee. Something crazy. Unfortunately, I do see that as not a strong possibility, just as more of a possibility than I would like to admit, because I do love Bryce. But Edson's an awesome guy, great striker, one of the best kicks. The guy throws the insane spinning wheels, insane flying knees. The guy just is a really, really incredible Muay Thai kickboxer. So, I just think that's the type of fight that could be a trap fight, because Bryce is sitting at that almost -200 level. So, 2-1 favorite over someone, almost 2-1 favorite over someone like Edson Barboza is tough. But I love Bryce. I'm gonna ride with him. That's my dog. That's all I got for you guys. Let's get it. 272 going down. It's gonna be epic. Let's go. Psh, 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 psh.